We are going to see how will you implement single inheritance in C++. So inheritance means deriving a class from an existing class, that is called inheritance, and this type of inheritance we can call it as single inheritance. So how will you implement single inheritance in C++? So I told you that it must be from an existing class. So we want some class for that. For that I am going to create that class. Let the class name be A. Okay. So now we have a class called A. Consider this as the existing class. From this existing class, we are going to derive a new class. So how will you derive a new class? Let the new class name be class B, and now we have to say that this class B derives from A. So in C++, the syntax is followed by that colon, then some access specifier we have to mention. If you don't mention any access specifier, it shows that the derived class inherits the class A, everything in the private mode. So I'll explain the private, public, protected little later. So please wait for that. So for the time being, I am keeping it as public, and later you will understand what is the importance of this keyword public. So some access specifier we have to put. If you don't put, by default the A will be the class B is derived from A in the private mode. So now we are saying that in the public mode everything should be derived, public A. Got it? Now outside I am going to create the main method. Using the main method we are going to test the things. So in the class A I am just going to put like this. In public I have some method, let it be like this, fun pub. Then private I have some method, fun private. We will say that for fun public A, it belongs to the class A. It belongs to class A, like that. And one more method we are going to see, that is for the protected mode. Protected. In protected mode also we have method void. We'll make the function name as fun protected in the class A. Now we'll keep some display method also. So to know that the method is invoked or not, we'll give the function name as the display content so that we can understand that whether it has been invoked or not. Got it? So here also I am copying the function name and giving to the cout within double quotes this one. Fine. And here also I am going to copy the function name. Just know that whether the method is invoked or not. Cout this one. Enter. Got it? Now when you say that B derives from A, everything is derived. So now we can say that the B may have its own unique features. So that unique features I am going to put like this. Under the public mode, void fun pub in the class B. Okay. So here also I am going to use some display using the function name cout. Okay. Now if I create the object of class A, we are going to see what are the members we can access. Now focus only in the class A. Class A we have three members, fun pub A, fun private A, fun protected A, right? Then, so now I am going to create the object for class A, object for class A. How will you create object for class A? Class A OBA. Object is ready. Now using the, now we are going to see, can we access this method using the object of A? We are going to check OBA dot fun public A. So we'll go through this program once again. We have two classes, class A, then class B, where the class B inherits from class A. So the class B has some members from class A as well as its own member, this highlighted one. Now here in the main, I created the object for class A. Using the object of A, I am first checking the accessibility of fun pub A. So let me run it. Now you can see that the fun pub A is invoked and we are getting a display like this. Now using the object of A, we are going to access the next method, that is private fun way. We are going to check whether it is feasible or not. And we are executing that. So now we are getting that since it is declared private in that class A, it is not accessible. So this will give error. Now we are going to check using the object of A, can we access the protected member? For that, object of A dot, the function name is function A is protected. And again we are going to check its feasibility. And again it shows that it is declared protected in the class A, so we cannot access. So this also you comment it, so say that it gives error. So hope that you understood. Using the object of A, we cannot access its private member as well as protected member. So here you can see that the protected member is acting like private. So when then what is the difference between private and protected, that we are going to see very soon. Now create the object for class B, and now we are going to check using the object of B what are the members we can access. So let us check with its own member fun pub B. We are going to check it. OB B dot fun pub B. So now when you run the code, you can see that the fun pub B is displaying. So this is working fine. Now we are going to check what are the inherited members in class B, so that using the object of B we can access. Since B inherits from class A, we are going to check whether the public property is available here. The class A's public member fun pub A is available in class B or not. For that, we can see that object of B dot fun pub A. As you know that this fun pub A, actually it belongs to the class A. Since B inherits from class A, fun pub A is now a member of class B too. So now we are going to check it. We can see that the fun pub A is invoked. Now we are going to check whether using the object of B, can we access the private member of class A? As you know that the private member cannot be accessed from outside of the class, so it will give a compile time error. But still we check it. Object of B dot the function name, let me copy that. This is the function name we are going to call. So now we are going to run it. Now you can see that it is showing some error. So the reason is it is declared as private in class A, so we cannot access through the inherited class also, so it gives error. Now we are going to check. Now the class, since class B inherits from A, we are going to check using the object of B, can we access the protected member which is inherited from class A. So the function name I am going to copy first. This function we are going to call from main method using the object of B. So now we are going to check it. We can see that again it shows the error. So now we can see that it is acting like private, but the protected member is available in class B. So now how can we access the protected member from the context of class B? There is only one way. Only the class B members, that is the members of the class. Here the members of the class, we have only one member, fun pub A. Only the members of the inherited class can directly access the inherited protected member. Here B is the inherited class and the protected member is available in class B, and using the object of B we cannot access the protected member. Only the members of the inherited class can access the inherited protected member. So that is the difference between private and protected. Private, it's not available outside of the class. Protected is also not available outside of the class, but it is visible only in the inherited class. There it differentiates the protected and private. Hope that you understood. So now we are going to check it. So here when you call fun pub B, this should invoke this method immediately. The protected A, the fun protected A, that also should be invoked. We are going to check it and we can see that it is invoked. So that is about the private, public, protected in terms of inheritance. But now I am going to emphasize this part. What is the specification here in terms of the access specifier? That is, if I put private or protected, what will happen? So for that I am going to first of all erase all these lines. Now assume that I am going to type it as protected. Consider B inherits from A in the protected manner. Using the object of A, you know what are the things we can do that. Now using the object of B we are going to deal it. Let me start with object of B. Object of B. Then using the object of B we can access the B's public function as obb.funpubv, and we can check that. As you know that definitely it gives the output. You can see that the funpub is invoked and you can see fun protected. If you have any confusion here, I am removing it. We can see that only one is invoked. Let the code be very simple. So only this is invoked. Now I am going to check whether can we access this public function of A through the object of B. We are going to check object of B dot the function. Let me copy the function name. Function name. Now we are going to check what is the status. It shows that, can you see the error? Where the class B is created, there it shows error. It shows that A is, from A we are deriving, but in the protected manner. Previously it was public and we were able to access fund, sorry, it is not about protected A, let us say the public function of A, this one only we are trying to check. That is a mistake, so we are going to check it. You can see that we are getting an error. The error shows that in the class B creation line, class B inherits from A but in the protected manner. The reason is, when you say that B is inherited from A in the protected manner, the public property, here the public property, that is the fund pub A, it becomes protected member in the class B. If you say that it is public, this code works fine. You can see that the code is executing without any problem. But when you say it is protected, then the problem arises. The problem arises with respect to the line number 32 is because of this protected keyword in the derivation mode. B inherits from A in the protected A. So what happens to the fun pub A method of the public method fun pub A, which is available in the class A? When you derive in the class B, this method becomes protected member of the class B due to this keyword protected. If you mention here it as public, that public will be available in the class B as public itself. Since it is changed to protected, the public member becomes protected member in the class B. So that is why we are not able to access through the object of B. So we can say that it gives error. The reason is, since class B derives from class A in the protected mode, the public members of class A are derived in class B in the protected mode. It means the public member of A becomes protected member in class B. I repeat, when you say that class B derives from class A in the protected mode, the public member of A becomes protected member in class B. So now we can imagine that member is available in this class B, but its visibility is protected. So once we have something in the protected mode, that member cannot be accessible from outside of the class using its object. But if we have a class, another class called class C, which derives from B, now the class C can access the protected class C members can access the protected member of class B. I repeat, if I say that one more class, class C, inherits from class B, let it be public, or even it can go for protected, no matter. Now, the members of class C can access the protected members of class B, as we have discussed earlier. So I'm not including the class C. Hope that all of you understood. Then what about the private member? The private member remains as private, so we cannot access through the object of B. And what about the protected dysfunction? Protected becomes protected in class B, so that we can access only through the member of class B, and you can see that fund pub B, where the fund pub B invokes fund protected A. Now suppose I am making this as private. So what happens? Shall we try? Just run the code. You can see that there is no error. Fund pub B, that is the member of the class B, there is no issue, where it invokes the protected member of fund protected A. Now we are going to check, using the object of B, can we access this public member? We'll try. Object of B, this is the public member of class A. We can check it. Fund pub A. Can we access or not? No, we cannot. The reason is, when you inherits from A, we are saying that it must be in the private mode. So what happens? The public method which we are deriving, that becomes private in class B. Got it? So we can say that it gives error since class B derives from class A in the private mode. The public member of class A becomes private member in class B. That's all. Now we'll check, can we access the method fund public A from the class B like this? Yes, it is possible. How it is possible? Say, when you say that class B derives from class A, what's happening in the private mode? This fund pub A is available in class B, but in the private mode. So just for understanding, I am coding like this. Now it will be available like this. The moment you say that it is inherited in the private mode, the fund pub A will be available in the class A in the private mode. Just for understanding, I typed. So the private member, the fund pub A and fund pub B, now these two methods are belong to the same class. So one class member can access the private member, the same class member. Both should be in the same class. Then it can access each other. These two methods can access each other. That is why we are able to access fund pub A directly. So this is about the single inheritance. Thank you all for watching.